Welcome, everybody, to Den Excelsior, the Mostly Marvel podcast, episode 217.
It's a lot of them.
And we've done quite a bit of them. Even more now have videos if you watch on Spotify, like you should.
Nice.
I'm your host, Ricky. With me, as always, is Dennis.
Nice. Thanks for being here again for another night. We do this
another night, another Batman, another Robin.
That's right. We're talking about Batman and Robin today from 1997. It is a movie that happened with a lot of hype, and many will believe that it did not live up to the hype. We will talk all about that later today on the show, but we like to screw around and just catch up and talk about other nerdy stuff before we get to that. So, Ricky, what have you been nerding out
on? What have I been nerding out on? Two things. I guess three things. Shrinking great. You should watch it. Not really nerdy, but I think it's just a good show. Second show is Monarch's back. Monarch Gods or whatever. Not Monarch. It's Monarch something. Age of Monsters. Something of Monsters. The Godzilla show. The Godzilla TV show. That show's great. It's a little less, and this is like not the best analogy, but they kind of at least for the first season, it would be equivalent to like what Andor did to Star Wars in terms of like really focusing in on like the people aspect of what a Godzilla could do.
Yeah, but see, that's not the same. That's not the same.
No, but season 2, they pivot, and it's a little more kaiju heavy.
Okay.
And Kong's in it, so you got both. It's kind of a I mean, granted, they're both in movies now, but it's a Godzilla King Kong show to go along with the Godzilla King Kong movies. And that's a cool little flex to see them on TV every week.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll check it out eventually. I just don't like the movies, man.
Have you seen all of them or no? Like, where'd you stop?
Nope, I've seen them all.
What if I told you Space Godzilla's in the next one?
Nothing. Does nothing for me.
Who's your kaiju? Who's your one?
Who's my one?
Yeah, you don't have like a. I like Gigan. I want
Gigan. If I gotta have one, it's Voltron.
You mean the movie starring Henry Cavill?
I prefer the Netflix show, but I'm down to watch a movie. If they're making a movie, I know they are making a movie. I'm excited. I'm excited to see a movie.
It's coming out, I think, soon. There's like screeners out.
I believe what is it? What's his name? Initials guy from Black Panther. And This Is Us. This is a Sterling K. Brown. Is also in that movie.
Yes.
I'm stoked. For me, Voltron is the ultimate one. I don't know. I know you can't call him a kaiju. He fights kaiju.
It's not. But it's a mecha, right? No, not a mecha.
He's a mecha, and he fights kaiju. Yeah.
No, but that genre has a name, like the Power Rangers and the Spider-Mans.
Oh yeah, the Super Senpai or Super.
Yeah.
Something like that. Super Sentai.
I think Super Senpai is a different thing. You froze for like a second, so I had to like. Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Oh, sorry, there I'm back.
Okay. You froze.
Weird internet there for a second.
I saw Hoppers, the new Pixar movie.
I heard it was good.
Along with the rest of the country, because that movie's making a shit ton of money. That movie is good.
Okay.
Did you ever watch We Bare Bears?
Yes, a little bit.
Same.
Only because I love Bobby Moynihan.
So Moynihan is the main beaver, or is
Okay.
a beaver.
All right.
But it's directed by this guy who created We Bare Bears.
Got it.
And
Now
then
I'm more
the rest
interested.
of the We Bare Bears people are also in it.
Okay.
It's pretty funny. There's like a very shocking twist in the middle. I don't really want to spoil it for you, but
Don't spoil it. I'll watch it.
I'll say this: we come out of that movie, and Selena's like, the first thing she says to me, she's like, "This is kind of like an analog for like what's going on in Iran," and I'm like, "You're like not wrong in a weird way." In the most weirdest way, you're not wrong.
Okay.
Which is also crazy.
Okay.
But there's some of that going on in there in this movie.
Okay, I don't even know what that means, but I'm interested.
You'll as soon as you watch that movie, you're like, oh, I get it now.
I'll probably check it out. I'll find some time. I might do that this weekend. Convince Lindsay to do that. But I've heard good things. I've heard good things about Hoppers.
My barometer was like, we have the movie theater closest to us is a super budget movie theater. Really kind of sucks, but a $6 movie, hey, you can't complain, right?
Mm.
So I'm like, oh, we can go see the movie there. And she's like, no, I want to go see it at the Regal, which is further and like 3 times the cost. I'm like, okay, that's how I know you want to see this movie. Let's go splurge a bit.
Okay.
So
all right.
I highly recommend Hoppers.
She's not a big moviegoer. It's not really her thing. Okay. I understand.
I don't think it's as accessible as it was when we were living down there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's I wouldn't say it's the most accessible thing still, anyways. It's pretty price prohibitive. Like if you think about what you get out of it, you know what I mean?
Like, I mean, I like to go to like a good theater. I do like enjoy going to a good theater, but it's like a lot of work now, right? Because I'm like 30-40 minutes from the Spectrum. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna go see it. I gotta see an IMAX. I gotta see it there.
For sure. For sure. Like
here definitely sell out too. It's like that's not a thing I experienced down there.
Yeah. I definitely haven't had that problem in a while, but it's usually if like a Marvel movie will do it. That's about it, you know. So, but well, I'm excited to see that one. I've heard really good things, so I'll according to the tag the commercials. But since we're now chatting about since we've been chatting about what we've been nerding out on, I want to share with you the things I've seen. Predator Badlands, finally saw it.
Okay, what'd you think?
That movie's excellent.
Organic Predator.
That movie had Lindsay and I both like awake.
PG-13 Predator.
That movie, that PG-13 is a lie. I was really impressed with
there's no blood.
There's no red blood. That was what's sick about that movie is like the amount of violence that I got in that movie, and it was still PG-13. That was an excellent Predator movie. That it opened up that genre, that franchise to so much more. It was a excellent.
Get ready for more Arnold's going around saying he's in the next one. So
okay, let's go. That's probably not good, but we'll see.
Batman and Robin's Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be in the next Predator movie.
Yeah, but the Predator Badlands, man, awesome movie. And then aside from that, I've been watching a ton of Peacock because I got hooked on the Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins with Bobby Moynihan and Tracy Morgan. Sorry.
Oh God,
Tracy Morgan and Daniel Radcliffe. That show is from the creators of 30 Rock and the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, and there was another show that was Ted Danson was like the mayor of Orange County, whatever.
Oh,
I forget what it was. Yes, I think that's what it was. Mr.
Mayor of LA.
LA, was it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But like it's Tina Fey and Robert Carlock, but this time around Tina Fey's less. She's just really executive producing. But dude, Tracy Morgan and Bobby Moynihan, fantastic all the time. And then Daniel Radcliffe just adds like this really cool dimension to the whole thing. It's fun. It's if you don't like the humor of the shows I named, do not watch
I've
this
never
show.
watched the shows that you named.
30 Rock is one of the greatest. It's that
I feel
show
like I was
is
too young to get into any of them.
well, you know what 30 Rock is,
Yeah,
right?
I know. I know. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because it's really quite genius and still applicable today. Like you could watch 30 Rock and it would still hit pretty good. But if you
Mhm.
don't like the style of comedy they do, then get out. Because like there's just so much of that in all the shows that they do. But it's really cool. And then the thing, because I, the Olympics did a good job of advertising TV for me that I wanted to watch. So that one premiered right after the Olympics. And then the other thing that was advertised that just came out last week was it that last week? Yeah, I think last week. Ted, the second
Okay, yeah.
season,
Season 2 10.
the season 2 of Ted. I watched the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
It's too funny. That show's too good. I'm sad. I think it ended.
Yeah, they were out there saying it's like there's no way, it's just too much money to make that show.
Yeah, it feels expensive when you watch it. It's like the Orville, but maybe more expensive. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Oh, it's got to be more expensive than Orville, for sure.
The Orville people are still wondering whatever happened to that show because it never actually got canceled. It just apparently Seth MacFarlane writes every single episode himself, and that is why it takes so damn long. But I'm not talking about
He's
Orville.
got the money.
Ted season 2. Have you watched season 1?
I've seen parts of season 1. As you know, I am a part of the TED casting crew, so I watched it. I watched the part of the first season, but I've not seen the second season.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the thing I didn't love about the first season was how long it took before they discovered weed. And then the show really finds its stride after they discover
Post-weed?
weed. Yeah, post weed. And so the whole second season, they're just stoned out of their minds all the time. Or they're desperately doing ridiculous things to get more weed. They don't operate in a state of sobriety on that show in the second season, and it's so awesome for it. It's pretty funny, dude. I highly recommend that one. It ends pretty good, but as best as you can, knowing that it's a prequel to a Mark Wahlberg thing. But I think the topics that they choose to use are just so very 90s and so very never really touched on that way before. Like the first episode, they get they get hooked on a 1-900 number. Do you even know what those are?
Like the party line, right?
Yeah, they're basically just like sex or phone sex, but you pay by the minute.
Mm-hmm.
And they just get addicted to that, but they don't want to do it at home, so they end up using the high school basement phone, just random phone down there. And then next thing you know, just crumpled up tissues all over the basement of the floor. And I was just like, does the teddy bear do it too? I was just a little confused, but yeah, no, definitely recommend that show. It's super good. It's a different kind of humor than Fall and Rise of Reg Jenkins. Just putting that out there. Very different, very different. But yeah, have you ever liked Tracy Morgan?
I don't not like Tracy Morgan, but I'm neutral on Tracy Morgan.
Do you know that he plays like a larger than life version of himself in 30 Rock, right?
I think Tracy Morgan plays Tracy Morgan in everything he does. And
It's a character. It's a character that he's created, though.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
the Tracy Morgan character
Yeah.
is pretty much, it's been the same, but whatever the pieces they put around him are what make him good or not.
The man has a traumatic brain injury. All right, leave him alone.
He got that, like, I mean, I don't, the funny thing I've seen from him was the press conference after that had happened. If I'm being honest, now I can be funny again, and it's like, that's kind of the crazy thing to say after you just after that incident, and also you got $1 bajillion.
Yeah. I saw an interview with Daniel Radcliffe saying like he got the chance to go to Tracy Morgan's house, and he said, "I don't spend my money nearly as cool as Tracy Morgan." That's like he was describing the man's elaborate like 7 or 8 fish tanks that he has all over the place, filled with exotic fish like sharks and shit. And he started blowing up his spot and talking about a billiards table that's filled with piranha at the bottom. And I'm like, Daniel Radcliffe, I think law enforcement's gonna find out about your video, man. They're not gonna find out about ours, so don't worry about it. But I don't think that's legal.
You can have piranhas.
Legally?
Yeah, you can go to the fish store and buy a piranha.
For reals.
Yeah. You can look, I'll send you.
You don't have to sign a waiver to buy piranhas.
Piranhas for sale. You can probably buy them online. Aquascape Online. We sell a wide selection of piranhas. What's the piranha market going for? Let's take a look real quick. Side tangent.
Oh my god.
You can buy a piranha. Want to guess for one piranha?
$10?
$125.
Okay. Good.
The most aggressive piranha, the ones that you see like in the movies, like the red belly ones, $275.
Well, that's just disturbing, sir. Okay.
You know they're not like in the movies, right? They don't like go super crazy.
No, I don't know that. Yeah. Don't they eat meat and don't they tear meat apart? I'm pretty sure I've seen Discovery Channel like specials on piranha.
And yeah, but it's not like they bite. They're not like frenzied fish like a shark. They're gonna eat meat, but they're not gonna like you stick your hand in the thing and they're just start eating you. That's not what happens.
Are we sure about this?
Yes.
So you've stuck your hand in a bowl of piranha.
I think they did it on Fear Factor. Like, actually, another thing, I've been watching some of the new Fear Factor. It's not as good, but it's. So
you're saying you miss Joe Rogan, is what you're saying?
I like Johnny Knoxville, but I think
legal reasons cannot.
Legal things, and you can't do a lot more sleep. Some of the bug stuff you can't really do anymore.
Yeah.
I was surprised there was a challenge in this one where they had to like bet pain or whatever. And they bet like who wants to get bit by a snake? How about if you do 2 bites or 3 bites, 4 bites, they stuck their hand in a cage and let a snake bite them.
No.
That was kind of cool.
Dude.
Fear Factor.
Why are we letting animals bite us with their teeth? That's crazy. You can get infections from that.
Ask Johnny Knoxville.
That's nuts, dude. Screw that. See, I like the shows I watch so much more.
You got the Traitors, I got Fear Factor.
The Traitors don't stress me out like Fear Factor does. That's stressful. I'm just gonna go watch Ted again. Okay. I don't know that we have a lot of news for today. Do you have no news at all?
We can talk about. There's not really news. It's just very.
What about the Lanterns trailer?
Oh, when did that come out? Was that last week?
Yeah, came out.
Let's talk about that.
I thought it was cool.
Let me queue up the thing. Lanterns. We got our first look at HBO's next DC. It's just DCU right now. DCU
Yeah, it's just GCU.
series, Lanterns show. This thing was. I think I was there. The Hall H they announced the Lanterns movie, and
The
then this
movie?
subsequently, yeah.
Oh,
Remember that one year where they.
it was supposed to be a movie, and then it got Armor Wars.
Yeah,
But it actually
reversed
got
Armor
made.
Wars.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it was supposed to be a movie, and then it was going to be.
Did Armor Wars film? Just to be clear.
No.
Oh.
Vision Quest is done. That movie, that show's in the can, so that's happening.
Okay.
But Armor Wars, no.
Okay, let's go back to Lanterns.
Lanterns. Next show coming out from the DCU. I believe there's no date. I think it's just fall 2026 or August. They put a month to it. Starring Michael Chandler as Hal Jordan.
Kyle Chandler.
Kyle Chandler. Michael Chandler's fighter. And is it Aaron Pierre?
Yeah. Aaron Pierre. Yeah.
As John Stewart. There's not a whole lot of Green Lantern stuff happening in this trailer. I'm just gonna say it.
What are you talking about? They fly.
He does fly.
Yeah.
Hal Jordan does fly. You see a suit. You see some rings.
Mm-hmm.
And a whole lot of nothing because they're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but they're also telling you, we know what you want to see. You can wait. That's what they're saying. You can wait until the next.
People are kind of pissed that he's not glowing green, right? But
he doesn't have to glow green.
Guy Gardner didn't glow green.
Exactly.
I'm assuming that the power set's going to be the same, like visually.
You know when they glow green? There's 2 times when they glow green. When they need a protective shield in space, or when the artist thinks it looks cool.
Those 2 things can happen.
Most of the time they don't need to do it. Like it's flight is the ring's projection of your will to fly, and that's it. Is flying. So I don't have a problem with it. If people actually go and look at a lot of the old comics, they draw him without any green around him. You know what I mean? The green glow has really become a product of digital illustration in comics now, where they can everything has to be way flashier than it used to be. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to have like way more color and way more gradients and different brightnesses of stuff. Like, nah, dude, in the comics, there's no green unless he's making a big green baseball mitt to like catch something or something, whatever. So I'm fine with it.
Although we don't see anything, there is also a Sinestro in this show.
That's cool.
So there's that.
Yeah. My thing is, like, we already, like, anybody who's upset at how this movie looks is missing the point that we already have our visual reference. We already know what a Green Lantern looks like, and they're not going to make it look different than that. You know what I mean? We're going to see the green shapes. Like, I thought they looked great in Superman. So, like, I don't have a problem with it, you know, if they want to use them sparingly.
They look like Green Lantern stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I think if these 2 get to be the serious ones to juxtapose against Guy Gardner's comedy character, cool.
Well, each of the Lanterns have their own things, right? John Stewart makes a lot of military-esque guns and stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, Hal Jordan was like, I mean, he's a little too generic for today's taste, the old school one, but he just basically had the greatest willpower ever. And so, like, he was more like, what he kind of created was more a byproduct of whatever the artist felt like, you know what I mean? Like, so catcher's mitts, you know, like a boxing glove, whatever he wanted to make that was cute and fun, catapult, stuff like that. But then when they started thinking about it more from like the point of view of like the person's perspective, then Jon Stewart was, well, he's a military man, he's very serious and very efficient. So he just started making very simple constructs that got the job done as fast as possible. You know what I mean? Like uh, a protective barrier. It didn't have to be flashy. You know what I mean? It just had straight line, shoot lasers, kind of thing like that. And then later they had a cartoonist gain the ring, and it once again let the artist go wild with creations and stuff. So he'd make big magical dragons and shit like that. So it's all up to the personality of the bearer. You know what I mean? But if you want to get technical, both Hal and Jon Stewart are military men, so you would think be kind of similar. But I don't know. I think they had me at Kyle Chandler. Honestly, I just like Kyle Chandler.
Yeah, I like Kyle Chandler too.
Clear hearts.
We also got confirmation that Chip. We got the confirmation that Chip exists.
Yes. I was a little interested. I was surprised that they chose to go with a rated R trailer. Like swearing, with like swearing in the trailer. It was not what I expected for a Lanterns show, but I guess they did say True Detective is the inspiration for it. So, okay.
I mean, I like the idea of one thing that I don't think we've gotten in any of the live action stuff, or gotten the live action thing, was they're cops, right? They're kind of beyond Earth. Earth is part of their territory, but not limited to their territory. But it's also they're not, they're not like isolated either, right?
Yeah.
They're the core. They got others like them that understand what they're doing, and when the story serves, that they can call on each other for help, and whatnot.
Do you think the swearing is weird? I'm just gonna dive right into the generational gap here, and
well, let me put. I curse in the workplace along with my coworkers.
Okay.
I think there's a line at work when we know to turn it on or off, but both my superiors, we all use swears in different manners in a professional context.
That's not exactly what I'm asking you.
It's like, so hearing curse word doesn't bother me.
That's not what I'm saying either. What I'm saying is, this is a conversation I had with Clark about Peacemaker a while back, and that he was really bummed that like it was kind of advertised that was the continuation of the story from Superman. And I said, whatever, it's okay. It's not like they can't recap that story in the next thing they do that's PG. But his reasoning for disliking it is not because he doesn't like the swears or anything like that. It's that it means that like you had this movie that was for all audiences, Superman, which let kids fall in love with Superman or be introduced to Superman for the first time. And then they are told that the next piece of content that continues that story is Peacemaker, and they're not allowed to go watch that show, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that kids won't find a way to watch Peacemaker if they really want to. We all do it. We all did it. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, my argument at the time was it's okay if some things are not for the kids, right? But I do kind of think that some things should be for all ages. And I kind of think that the Green Lanterns are pretty freaking iconic in the universe. You know what I mean?
I remember having a similar conversation with you around when Black Panther came out. So the first Black Panther, Kendrick Lamar curated that soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually a really good soundtrack.
I believe won. I own it.
I think it won a Grammy.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is not kid friendly. if at all.
That's fair,
Um,
but they don't play the kid unfriendly parts in the movie.
True. They
They edit.
play
They edit.
one very heavily edited song.
Yes.
There's two technically. Count
Yeah.
the. Speaking of which, I forgot R. Kelly did the music for this
I mean,
movie
if
for
you want
Batman
to,
and Robin.
yeah, I was gonna say, dude, the Batman and Robin soundtrack is out of control compared to the movie. Okay, just like it's wild. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, you're again, the argument that you're making isn't quite the same, right? Because to go and find the soundtrack, that's like extra work, right? Beyond.
But like, where do you think Marvel gets away with it because they have so much other content that they could watch? Because like,
I think Marvel gets away with it because they choose characters that it's appropriate for. Like, say what I'm saying is the Daredevil comic has never been for kids. It's never been for kids. You know what I mean?
yeah,
The Punisher should never have been for kids in the first place. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It just kind of was for a little bit, and that was not good. But and then it wasn't, right. Eventually, it became a title that was cautioned for parent, or there's parental advisories on a lot of Punisher books and stuff like that. So what I'm saying is, like, I'm not opposed to the idea of having a mature Green Lantern story. I think that's awesome. I'm kind of weirded out that, like, if you look at the DCU so far, we have 4 things. Well, we'll have 5 because by the time Lantern comes out, Supergirl will have come out, right? 2 out of 5 of the things are watchable by children. Is that weird? And both of them are super people. There's Superman and Supergirl.
I think it's the counter to it is like, does it matter, right? Like,
it matters. It always matters. And you know what I'm going to say, right? I always advocate for the normies, and I always advocate for onboarding new generations, right?
I think it doesn't from the eyes of the studio, right? It's like when you're making a movie,
Fair.
you're buying tickets, adult ticket and a kid ticket, and just universally, the more tickets you sell, or the more tickets you can sell to the more people, the more likely that the more opportunity your movie has to perform. Where the streaming service,
but there's also the merch, dude.
And there's merch, and yeah, all the other stuff that goes along with it, right? But with a streaming service,
you can still do merch.
You can still do merch, but you're really just getting the account, the household, the $12.99 a month, right?
Okay.
So the bottom line on that transaction is not like kids are not really going to be factored in.
That's fair. I like your point of view. I like it, but the other point of view too, from a kid's perspective, it would be way cooler to sneak in and watch a Lanterns show that's rated R, though, right? Like,
Scott, I forgot.
What?
Yeah, like the cursing Green Lantern shows with guns.
That's the one they're gonna grow up remembering, right?
Boobs.
Yeah. So I kind of think you turned me in the entire direction, all the way around. You turned me around on this one. I am back on board. Let's do it. Let's keep making the rated R content. Let's do it.
I mean, it only works, right, if there is the payoff. Like, and the payoff is the Justice League.
Right.
Getting everyone getting the proper 7 all together.
Yeah, because like the argument I made for to Clark in favor of it was, look, dude, I know that people want to see Deadpool and Wolverine, but like some parents aren't going to let them. But it's okay. That story didn't really matter in a large way to the grand scheme of things, right? Like, and if it does, they can always recap that part later, in a way. But the goal is get a PG-13 Deadpool with everybody else, right? That's the goal. Like you're saying, that's the goal, is Justice League. That's the goal, is another Avengers movie with Deadpool there. And so, yeah, it's cool. I just thought I'd fill time by asking you that question. I do think, like, there's a part of me that, like, wishes that a father and son could watch a Green Lantern show together and bond over that. You know what I mean? I think that'd be cool. But you still could. You just
I
don't tell
think
mom.
there's an opportunity for like you get lanterns off the board, right? And I don't know anything about the show, but I'm gonna assume that not a lot of it's gonna take place in space, right?
That's I think what James Gunn has kind of suggested, but who knows?
But when we comes time for the Green Lantern movie, the new one, perhaps eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have this, Guardians-esque universe you can explore
Mm-hmm.
and not have to do any of that baggage, right? Of who
I
these
do.
people are, what they do.
Yeah, I do like the idea of like building the character first before taking him out into space. It's kind of like the reverse of Guardians, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Guardians, that character didn't get to know who he was until he was in space. But I like the idea of, a Green Lantern is somebody who does know who they are and is very confident and strong-willed. And that is why they are selected to hold the ring. So I never thought we could stretch that trailer into as much as we did, but dude, I love that trailer though. I really thought it was cool. I
It's
thought
a
it
good
was a
trailer.
cool
It's a good
thing.
trailer.
Yeah, it got me.
You
It
got
got me
good people
excited.
playing good characters.
Yeah.
Always think some people are hesitant. Some people with the choice of Jon Stewart, but I think this trailer puts him in the win column.
Yeah, I'm not gonna knock anybody's frustration they have with certain aesthetics of that Jon Stewart. Wait, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No, let me scratch that. I will knock a certain community if they have problems with the way he looks. I will knock that. I don't support that community, but I do know that the Black community has problems with him not being, a darker persuasion that they would have preferred, because that is intentionally how the original artist drew him in the comics, is to be really dark skin. And so it's frustrating, to know that like the first time around we're going to get him, he's not necessarily representing the community the way they felt represented by him. But baby steps, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
Like, so but yeah, anybody else that has an issue with the way he looks, get out of here. Get out of here.
All right, now time for Batman.
Oh, you let that one play all the way, huh?
Oh,
you know that. Now we get to talk about a movie with good people playing bad characters.
Yeah.
Oh man. Batman and Robin. 1997, right? Yeah, I know that year. How could I not? Why would I even ask? I know this year so well.
I was 3.
You were 3?
Mm-hmm.
For reals?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I do remember. I think I do remember like going to a Taco Bell. Was it Taco Bell or McDonald's that had the cups?
Oh, it was definitely Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I went to Taco Bell so much that week, that summer. Oh man. You don't understand. Like, I had a girlfriend that she actually moved to San Jose with me for the summer. To like, we got internship. Like I got her an internship at the same place I got an internship at. And so we both worked there, and it was really fun because it was the first time, like, like we got to live together, like away from school, like away from family and stuff like that, and just like play house and stuff. And figure out what kind of things we like. Like I started getting way more into collecting toys. Like so I started on my weekends going to like toy shops and stuff like that. And she was getting into garage sales and buying books and stuff. So it was just a weird like pocket of life, right? But in that pocket, there were two things I was super excited for that summer, two movies that I kept hyping up. I kept hyping up and saying, "Oh man, I can't wait till we get to see these two movies." One of them was Batman and Robin, and the other one was Spawn. And man, I feel like it's no surprise to me that months later we broke up. Like it's like I blame my hyping of those two movies. Like do you know how bad it is when you take a girl to see a movie you're really excited for and it's just like the biggest piece of shit ever? I did that twice in one summer.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Really? Oh, twice you mean? Or just ever? Or you have and you just don't even know when you have. You take people to see the Fast and Furious movies all the time.
No, I go by myself for the well.
Oh, okay.
We saw Fast. Which one's the one where they swing on the vine?
I don't know.
With the car.
I don't know.
They go into space.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
I don't really believe that those two movies actually ruined my relationship, but I like wherever you are out there, if you're ever listening, I'm sorry about taking you to see those two movies because I felt bad for myself that these two movies, like I had ever put on a pedestal as being potentially awesome. And we're going to talk about one today. And maybe one day, I know Ricky wants to talk about Spawn. Sadly, Ricky, the Spawn movie's worse. The Spawn movie's worse than this one. But that out of the way, you tell me what you thought about Batman and Robin.
So I remember liking this movie a lot as a kid. Very colorful. Very
You were 3.
Very flamboyant. A lot of stuff going on. I've always enjoyed Arnold in anything I saw. Watching it back now, it's definitely not a good movie. I don't think I ever realized like the Alfred dying subplot. Like
I forget it every time. I've only watched the movie like maybe 3-4 times in my life, but
Batgirl, Alicia Silverstone, just kind of shows up, and Alfred just like Alfred's arc is weird in this movie because like he's dying and then he totally outs Batman and Robin on the CD, but that gets hacked. But then he also like made a costume for his niece and has
I think it was a DVD, but yeah,
a DVD. But he also has very specific body measurements of his niece, just ready to go.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot going on, but you know what? Again, this movie it's like an episode of Batman 1966. Like it's very wacky.
It is that
jump cuts, the scene. Mm-hmm. It's just that with a new skin. Like
it really does. It does feel like there's a moment where
there's like banana peel sound effects
or like slide whistle. There's slide whistle sound effects. Yeah, when people get thrown, like cartoon sound effects in this.
This is wacky shit.
Yeah, and so like I think that's actually kind of cool that they did that. I don't think it's cool that they marketed it as like a continuation. I think what I'm saying is I think these 4 movies together have a branding problem. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they are 4 very different movies.
Oh, they're fucking Taco Bell hot sauce packs.
Yeah,
like, they're the same thing, but like one's slightly spicier than the other.
But they pretend to exist in the same universe, right?
It's the same, and the same thing.
And I think that Alfred. Yeah, it's the same Alfred and Commissioner Gordon in all 4 movies. And I think that right there is what bothers me about this movie, because if it didn't try to have the baggage and make the references, I kind of
But see,
like
I
that
don't
when
mind that though, because it's like the James Bond thing where it's the same Q for Q and M for a hot minute.
I know it is, but like I feel like they're saying that the story that happened last time is continuing now. And like I think that's what weirds me out. Normally the James Bond stories, normally they're not continuations of each other. That's become the thing with the Daniel Craig ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
there's more like Elseworld, like these things that kind of because like there's a whole reference like Superman in this movie.
I know, right?
Like hello,
Because yeah, because yeah. It's so weird. It's so referential to like other things that like
you see the
oh
Riddler's costume
yes, you see and Two Face.
and Two
They're
Face.
they're both there. And so yeah, I don't know, but I try really hard this time around to look at it through the lens of having just watched 66, like a month ago. And I feel you. Like if you look at it from that perspective, this movie is a pretty awesome nod to that time.
Like, say what you will about the plot and the story, but man, they got some set pieces in this.
They got
They're really cool looking. They got Batman.
the set pieces are amazing, dude.
Batman throws a pretty problematic party. Not gonna lie.
What party did he throw?
The Save the Rainforest party. Those dancers were spray painted a little too.
Yes, I gotcha.
A little too much there.
Yeah.
But
Batman does some questionable things. How many times does Batman get caught in this movie? Because I know you're really upset about Val Kilmer getting tricked twice.
he gets caught by the ice once. Poison Ivy maybe 2 or 3 more times.
I think the Poison Ivy thing really pissed me off, because it's like every Batman I've ever seen, when encountering Poison Ivy for the first time, the next time dude's wearing a mask, like a gas mask. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, rubber lips.
He learns, yeah. But I'm saying Batman learns from the experience, but he let himself get pheromoned multiple times in this movie. But that's fine, whatever. You know what? The other thing I don't like about this movie, if I try really hard to like it, there's still one thing I don't like about it, and it's not the things I used to dislike about it. When I was younger, I used to hate Arnold in this movie. I was like, "What are you doing, man? This is out of control. Why does Mr. Freeze have a cigar? Mr. Freeze can't smoke cigars, dude. That would kill him." This time around, it wasn't the same. I still was a little annoyed by the cigar. I hated George Clooney in this movie.
I don't hate Clooney.
I don't like his bobblehead that he does when he's talking to people.
Oh, I mean, it's a Clooney thing.
I know, but I don't want the Clooneyism in the movie. I want him to feel like Bruce Wayne. I want him to feel like Batman. I didn't buy him as Batman or Bruce Wayne.
I thought he was fine, Bruce Wayne. But back to Mr. Freeze real quick. The whole arc with him and his wife, that came from the animated series, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that had to have been fairly recent after that show had come out.
Yeah. Well, no, the show came out after the second movie.
Okay, so 80 or 91.
Yeah. Yeah. And
so
by
91
by 97, it was one of the most popular cartoons on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But within the span of 6 years, we got a character from that show.
Well,
a version of a character. Yeah.
Mr. Freeze definitely existed before the animated show. It just they added a really cool nuance to him, and that's why I kind of liked Arnold this time around, like knowing what his character is and knowing that, like, yeah, he might seem like a silly, like, quip dealing, like villain, but there's actually a really sweet part to this story, and I like that they use that. That's the only thing I liked about this Batman, is that he pled to the sympathetic side of the villain and
Yeah.
asked for help at the very end of this movie. And it reminded me of Tom Holland in the third Spider-Man movie, where he's actually trying to help the villains, like treat them like real people and stuff like that. And so I liked that part of it. I also did like that Alfred's little scene before he's like super McGregor's, where he's talking about like, where Bruce Wayne admits that he knows Alfred's sick, right? He gets it, and Alfred makes it clear to him that like the whole reason that the Batman exists is to combat death, right? Like that is why this character was created, is so that no other little boy would ever have to experience death the way that he did. And so in essence, that is the purpose of Batman. And he's like, but it's not, it's not actually possible, is it? And he's like, no, it's not. I thought that was a really interesting and cool moment in the entire franchise where we got to explore what it actually means to be Batman. You know what I mean? Because like that is why it was always hard for me in the previous movies. Like you even argued that Val Kilmer still murdered Two-Face, right? Like, I mean, but we all know that Michael Keaton, Looney Tune, murdered a bunch of people in his two movies. And if they are a connected universe where all four of them exist in the same universe, I kind of dig that Alfred finally like course corrected the ship in this movie and made it clear that Batman doesn't want to see anyone die. And I don't think he kills a single person in this movie, actually.
I will say it is, as they're like figuring out Alfred's dying and like they can get a cure. It's like that's pretty noble. Like Alfred's kind of on borrowed time, given his age in that movie.
Yeah. You almost think that they're writing him off the franchise, right? Like they're
Yeah,
planning on doing a fifth movie, but maybe with Wilfred instead, But then at the last second, they're like, no, he's all better now. And I'm like, oh, okay.
like is he?
Yeah. That also kind of salts the movie for me too, because I think the movie would have been stronger had Alfred died.
Mm-hmm.
It would have left you wondering what's going to happen next. Like it would have. It felt like they needed to reset the status quo, but also still make sure.
Oh, I think you cut out there for a second. You back?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on the internet today. What did you think about Batgirl?
Definitely. I mean, I really don't mind her being Alfred's niece. It's her name's Barbara still. That's fine. But she kind of just like it's the same arc as like Robin, basically from the previous movie, where like parent died. She comes to hang out with Bruce or Alfred, and then she steals a motorcycle
every night and goes out like street racing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
It was exactly Robin's story.
It's Robin's same story.
And it didn't make any sense too, because like only at like towards the end you find out that she's doing it to like save Alfred from his life of servitude. Like I was so confused by her.
Yeah.
I don't know that if this helps the case or not. Like I don't know that in 1997 I don't know that I was actually upset like or I couldn't forgive that she was not Commissioner Gordon's daughter. I know that was annoying to me, but I chalk that up to Hollywood's gonna Hollywood, and they're gonna rewrite things to be more efficient, for their storytelling, and they don't want to pay the guy who plays Commissioner Gordon to be in more scenes than he's going to be in. They're like, we're already playing this Alfred sick angle, so like let's just lean into it. So I get it, like I did the mental gymnastics to justify, but like I really hate that she didn't wear the cowl for more than like 5 seconds.
Oh, I mean, it's like a helmet. Yeah.
I know, and it's an ugly helmet for her, but like that's what Batgirl wears is a cowl, and it creates the silhouette for her. Like without the silhouette, I don't know, man. It was
Yeah,
weird.
she's. I don't want to say like she felt like an extra addition, but she just kind of did. Like,
She didn't even have to ever like demonstrate any ability to fight either. Like I was like, okay, the bar is really low, guys, for you just letting people in. I will say that if you do look at this movie as meant to be like a nod to the old 1966 show, for me personally, as a kid growing up watching reruns of that show, um, my favorite story arc that happened is when they introduced Batgirl on that show, and it's because this dorky ass Commissioner Gordon, who had been part of this show for like 2 seasons already, suddenly like he has a daughter that's in college, and she completely has a like she has a bedroom, or like no, it's her apartment. Her apartment, she presses a button and all the walls flip around, and she's got like her own like little bat gadgets and computer and stuff like that. Like her whole room changes into this whole thing. And I just thought it was so damn funny that she was pulling off this secret to her dad, who is the commissioner of the police. Like every episode, you know, right? She's always like playing like, and he can't tell that it's Batgirl. You know what I mean? And like, I love that absurdity, and I was sad that we lost that entire aspect of her character. You know what I mean? So she just shows up, and they just let her live there, and then they just like suit her up, and then she's Batgirl. And I was like, there's no conflict here to her character. She has nothing. Now, I don't know if this makes you feel better about it or worse, but I found out later on that like actually she had way more scenes in this movie, but they were cut because Alicia Silverstone had gained a few pounds during production, and the wardrobe team had to refit her costume. And so like I think some of the scenes just didn't look right, you know, because it was different looking. And so when the press found out about this, they eviscerated her. They just started like fat shaming her for being too fat to fit in her costume and everything like that. And it got really ugly. And then Joel Schumacher, the director, was publicly defending her, saying she's a teenager. What teenager doesn't put on a few pounds here and there and stuff? And it is really it is it is sad. Like I think that she had to walk so that other people nowadays can or you know, or she had to crawl so others can walk or run. But it is sad to know that that is a reason that we didn't get to see more of this character, is that because of that. Like it's icky. But I don't know that it would have made the movie
the
better.
90s. Not confusing it, but we were of a certain time.
I don't think it'd make the movie better though.
No, it doesn't. But what else are we forgetting to talk? We haven't talked about Uma Thurman.
I actually really like her in this movie.
She has a good little arc in it.
I think she's cool.
She overstays her welcome. Like
I think she's dialed perfectly into the camp.
She does poison ivy stuff. She has outfits. She does the kiss.
I just want to know, because this is something that I realized as I was watching it the other day. When they first introduced her to the Gotham, the party or whatever, like with the problematic party with the apes and stuff, when she's coming out, the band is playing a song. Do you know the song that they were playing while she comes out?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I thought you wouldn't even catch it because it's a thing of the past. It's a relic. It's an oldie that I used to listen to, that my parents listened to. They were playing the song called Poison Ivy.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, they were playing that for her. And I was like watching that, realizing I think there's going to be entire generations of people that don't know what this song is they're playing. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. It's just one of those things that's lost in translation over the time, you know? So there you go. They played Poison Ivy when Poison Ivy came out. That's the best they could do in this movie. What about Bane? What about
I
Bane?
mean, Bane was the right ethnicity,
You know
right?
what, man? You are right. I think. I think he was right.
Bane's
Yeah.
Latino.
Was he Latino?
I mean, he's Brazilian.
Was he Brazilian? Do we know
Yeah.
that for sure?
I guess we don't know that for sure.
Okay, but it was
He's
in
a
a
prisoner
Brazilian
from
prison.
Brazil.
Yeah, he's a prisoner in Brazil. So we'll say that was Santa Prisca,
They did say his name though.
which is weird because I don't think he has a name in the comics.
Um, he looks like Bane. Like I can't be mad at the Bane. Like I know
Why
Bane in
is
the
he so
comics.
green?
He is a little bit more 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, but he's a big
A,
buff
a,
guy.
a little bit more. You know, Bane's thing is not that he's just big and buff, right?
He's smart.
Like,
Yeah.
he's super smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the idea. He knew how to beat the bat. Like, and he had a plan. And his plan involved coming to Gotham City and going to Arkham and letting out all the criminals. And only after all the criminals had worn out Batman for days, then he said, now it's time. And I think that's such a cool, simple story, but it involves cleverness, and it involves, the ingenuity to pull off that whole thing. And I just think for it to be like Bane, just like that's all he does.
Yeah, he had the Venom juice. Like
Yeah.
I'm a big silhouettes person, and he looked like a Bane.
Okay.
You look like the thing you're supposed to be. That's an instant D in my book.
It's an instant D. That's passing.
Yeah, it's a passing grade. So
Okay.
anything else, you're getting better letters. But you look like the thing. I'll take it.
Right.
So like, and that's where I'm at with this movie as a whole, right? In terms of like it is just a Batman 66. Again, the intro fight scene I think is actually pretty good when they're at the museum and they're
with the skates. Yeah,
the skates and shit. Batman jumps in on the bike and leaves behind, or sorry, Robin jumps in on the bike with the Robin symbol in the wood. Like this shit's
I think
so
they're
dumb.
telling you what the
but
movie is.
They're telling you, this is gonna be this crazy ass movie, and then the end fight, right? Batgirl just has a Batgirl motorcycle now. Batman has an ice skiff, because that shit was popping in the 90s. Wasn't there one in Die Another Day?
Yeah,
like
I think
an ice.
so.
Yeah, like
yeah.
There's just a bat ice skimmer, chilling.
Yeah.
They go all in. They go all in every aspect of it, and I can't knock it because I know we're not going to get this again.
Well,
it makes me.
You said that about the last one.
Well,
and then we did get it again. Okay, we're not getting these. So
it's like the fuck. What am I thinking of? You rode at Disneyland like the People Mover, right?
Yeah,
like the OG one. Like that shit's never coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm happy. Like, be happy that it happened, not sad that it's gone, type of thing. Like that's how I want to choose to remember these movies, and for as much shit that they get,
yeah,
it's a live action Mr. Freeze. I think Mr. Freeze is cool. I think this Mr. Freeze is pretty cool. Could it have been better? Could it have been a dome on his head? Sure.
Yeah,
they got him in the goggles. Were they red? No, but he got the goggles on. He shoots an ice gun. He lives at the snow cone factory. Like,
do you like this movie better than Batman Forever?
I like the villains more in this movie and the Batman and Robin more in the last movie. I think they should have, and I think they could have
So does the Alicia Silverstone cancel it out or flip it in one way or the other?
She's a zero. So no,
She's a zero. She's
not
not a negative, huh?
not a net gain, not a net loss.
Wow, really?
But I think they could have put Robin in the Nightwing suit for sure.
They did basically. He's in the
But
Nightwing
he
suit,
didn't
but with a
wear
cape.
the-
He's wearing the red Nightwing suit. You know,
I know, like
that was kind of weird for me. I was just like, lose the cape, bro, and then we're good to go.
yeah, like you're almost there, dude.
Yeah, lose the cape, you're good to go. I felt like Robin didn't have a lot to do in this movie either.
He looked better. I will say he does look better though. Like
he does.
I think he has a better suit. Physically, he's like a little bit more trim. Like he's kicking butt. Like he has a glow up in this movie for sure. But yeah, he's not really given anything to do.
For me, I feel like I like the previous movie better because I actually really enjoyed Robin's story arc in that movie. You know what I mean? Like we got to see the relationship form between Batman and Robin, and we got to see him train him to be ready for his confrontation with Two-Face. In this movie, Batgirl's just there. and Batman and Robin are just arguing about a girl with each other the entire movie. And that was just weird for me because I'm like, it felt like it kind of undid a lot of the progress that was made in the previous movie. So, and then it similarly to like the Alfred thing, it's like, oh, he's gonna die. Oh no, never mind, he's not gonna die. It's just like it's a lot of just kiddings, you know what I mean? It's a lot of like, nah, we're not really gonna go there. And so for me, this one just falls flat. But I do agree that like it was nice to revisit it and look at it through the lens of Batman 66, right? I can't help but compare all four of these movies to Batman 66.
No,
and
it's
I
hard.
think, yeah, and I think that's cool. That's a really cool thing. And I also think it's a cool thing to know that you're right. This is where that train ends. Like that train is gone. We are not allowed to reference Batman 66 anymore after 1997.
There's a few more movies that need to come out before we pendulum swing back.
Yeah.
And Subi said once we get back there's no saying that we're going to get anything in live action, right? It could be an animated feature at that point, but I'm happy they exist. And now it's time to start pivoting back, right? Because what are we doing next?
I feel like the internet does not want us to do this show.
Oh yeah,
we should probably stop.
Okay. Well, what's next week? We got one more before Daredevil.
I think we have to do Batman Begins, right?
You don't want to do Phantasm?
I could do the Mask of the Phantasm. I would happily do the Mask of the Phantasm.
It came out sticking to theatrical releases, then yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. Mask of the Phantasm. And then when Daredevil's all said and done, then we can do the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Then we'll wrap up with the weird Snyderverse stuff that we missed.
No, we got the Lego Batman too.
Lego Batman and the Snyderverse.
You know what? We were both wrong. The camp did not die because Lego Batman brought it back.
Oh yeah.
And Lego Batman,
an animated feature.
But it's like one of the best Lego
It is
movies.
one of the best, yeah.
Or Batman movies. I mean, one of the best Batman movies. All right, cool. Well, I'm excited. I thanks for watching this one. I know you probably were more excited to watch it than I was, but I'm sorry that it destroyed what the image you had in it, if it did at all. Like, but I'm happy that you reformed that image and made something positive out of it still.
Bruce Wayne was auctioning off women at that party.
He wasn't he? Yeah. He also had a bat card that he never leaves home without. That was rough, man. But I get it. You're right, though. Robin drove through the wall and made a Robin symbol with the debris.
Yeah. If we don't get it at that point, then
exactly. That's on us, right? That's on us. Okay. So Yeah, I would say this is a win for you tonight, Ricky. You changed my mind on a lot of things. But no, I think I had already kind of had a better experience watching it this time around. I know that my wife didn't hate it as much as my girlfriend did in 1997. So maybe that means it's for the better, right? That I'm with the person I'm with now instead.
Yeah, it all works out.
It all worked out. So there you go. She still did not like the movie. But I don't.
With that, True Believers.
Nice to meet you.